different people thinking about happiness differently in different culture. What do you think?
Good. So, when we think about happiness, we need to think about three different levels. The first level is the universal, which is common to someone living in LA, Beijing, or Nairobi, or Melbourne. It's the same for all people all around the world. For example, everyone needs relationships, regardless of who you are or where you are. So that's the first element, the universal. And then there is the cultural aspect. That's important because someone who was raised in Los Angeles is likely to have different needs and wants than someone who was raised in Beijing or in Nairobi or Melbourne. The culture, of course, matters. For instance, in the United States, there is more focus on the individual. In China and in Africa, there is more emphasis on the group. In places like Latin America, there's a lot of emphasis on physical touch. In places like Japan, less so. These are cultural differences, not good or bad, it's just different. So we have the universal, we have the cultural, and then there is also the personal. Because you are different from 8 billion other people around the world. As am I, as is everyone else. We all have our unique needs and wants. Now, what's important when we look or when we ask, what will make me happy? We need to look at the three levels. We need to look at what is universal. We all need relationships, for instance. We all need to learn, and by our very nature are curious. We all need physical exercise. We all need a sense of meaning in life. We all experience sadness and joy. So that's the universal. Then there is the culture. Where am I from? What is comfortable for me in terms of physical contact, in terms of the kind of relationships that I cultivate, in terms of what I find meaningful? There are cultural differences that I need to take into consideration. And finally, what will make me happy? Because I'm different even than my brother and sister, or than people who were raised on the same street that I was raised. We're different, and we need to ask these questions. So we need to look at universal research, we need to look at cultural research, and we need to look at personal me-search. And through that, identify what it is that will contribute mostly to our happiness. What is it that will help us fulfill our potential for happiness?
So, Michelle, I want to ask you, you have been 你在中国也工作过，也在美国工作过，然后很多里面的咨询的人呢，也是来自美国人、中国人。那我想问一下，你觉得中国人跟美国人之间的幸福有什么不一样吗？
这又回到刚才沙哈尔老师也讲过哈，有这三层，对吧？那么中国人和美国人都是人，那么人嘛 ，universal 就是全人类的都有这些幸福的一些基本点。那这个是从沙哈尔老师的幸福学里的从这个5个维度哈 ，spire 这5个维度我们是可以看到的。那我们讲到不同点，我想再 relate 再讲到他刚才提到的其中一点哈。因为这在我的这个工作中，我是非常清楚的看到，我自己感受到的。比如说在人际关系的上面啊，咱们中国人呢比较讲究的是人和人之间的这种和谐，而且我们比较喜欢这种集体的利益优先，或者说我们很注重这种集体之间大家的这个关系的和谐。在美国呢，更多的一点是这种个人哈，我们比较注重于个人的自由啊，个人的这个发展呐，个人的一些思想啊，等等等等，所以这一点是挺不一样的。那我原来在微软总部还在美国工作，我从美国派到中国去，到大中华地区的时候， 当时在我自己身上我就发现了一个问题哈，因为我去的时候呢，我觉得我自己是中国人，我在中国长大的嘛，虽然在美国住了很长时间，我觉得我是中国人，但是呢，在美国这么多年呢，我其实也带上了很多西方的一些思维方式哈，一些思想。我到了中国呢，那么我们在一起做事情的时候，我当时领导一个团队吧，我们中国的同事啊，我团队里的人，他们希望是创造一种那种大家庭哈，一种家庭的那种氛围，大家要一起出去吃饭，要一起活动，然后互相之间要了解的非常多，你家的很多情况，他们希望能够达到这种情况。那但是在美国呢，因为我们是比较讲究的个人的自由、隐私等等等等，其实在美国我们同事之间没有那么多的业余之间的这种很深的交往，所以这一点也是我学到的啊。那么在幸福的角度上，我们中国人追求的，我说的是大部分人我们追求的是这种同事，就是说同事工作关系之间的这种关系，它可能更深一些，它牵扯到很多我们的私生活方面，我们互相之间的这种融洽，然后我们团队的这种融洽。那么在美国呢，我们可能会要留多一点这种每个人之间的这个距离哈。我说的这个距离不是说我们的这个思想上距离，更多的是说私生活的干预以及这个时间上的尊重尊重人家下班以后时间，人家要回人家自己家里，要有他自己的事情，我们不要说强行的拉着一起去做很多课外就是下班以后业余同事之间在一起的这种活动，所以这个是一个挺大的区别。当然还有其他的一些区别我们在这里就不先细说了，我指出这一点来。